call the meeting to order. We'll start by pledging allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. The warrants have all been signed, or they will be.
There, signed.
Anybody note any errors or omissions from the town and Newry Selectboard meeting minutes for March 7th, 2023?
I don't see anything when I went through it. Make a motion, we accept them as read.
I'll second the motion.
It's been moved and seconded that we approve the town and Newry Selectboard meeting minutes for March 7th, 2023. All those in favor?
In favor.
In favor?
In favor. Do we have any adjustments to the agenda?
An update from Flanders Electric and an update on the health insurance. We could do those at the end.
Any announcements? Public comment? We do have one liquor license renewal for Southbridge, and let's go do that now.
Do you want me to bring this up here?
This is just the Southridge Lodge, right?
Just Southridge Lodge, and it's just a renewal with no changes. Becky Bean, like Sunday River, representing Sunday River. The record, there's a check for the town of Newry,
Thank you.
and then the signature page is here, and the diagrams are attached, they're all exactly the same as the last years.
Okay.
And a blue pen?
Yep, they got blue pens.
They all have blue pens?
Yes. Tried to make sure they all have blue pens. Thank you.
Anybody know of any reason why we shouldn't accept this renewal?
I've not heard of any issues, so
I haven't heard of anything either. I'd make a motion, we approve the liquor license renewal.
I will second the motion.
And moved and seconded that we approve the liquor license renewal for Southbridge, Sunday River, Skiway. All those in favor?
In favor.
In favor?
In favor.
There you go. Thank you.
I'll scan the signature page tomorrow.
Perfect.
And
Yeah.
send it to you.
That'd be excellent.
Okay. Thank you guys very much.
Thanks, Becky.
Appreciate it. You guys have a nice night.
You too.
And the first item up for discussion is, do we want to participate in the roadside cleanup day?
We did last year, I feel like, how many bags of trash did we get?
We had a lot. I mean, we had pretty
Ethan-
good participation, I
Ethan
thought.
picked up a bunch, I
Yeah,
know
we
Nova and
did.
Merrill were out a
Where
lot
did you
longer.
start?
We started at our house.
So it went all the way from your house, I
Down.
think, all the way to the end of the Bear River Road
Yeah.
on this side, and there were people that did go on the other side and Lone Pine.
Yeah,
There were a bunch of,
and a
areas
bunch of
that were
people
cut off.
hit like the edge of the,
by the dump
too,
and
yeah.
stuff,
Yeah.
they did
Yeah.
that.
I mean, I filled at the back of my Jeep,
Yes,
yeah.
our truck was,
full.
Yeah,
pretty full,
Ethan picked
yeah.
up a whole bunch, so.
yeah, he did. I think it's a great thing to do.
I think, I mean, hopefully we can get a few more people, because we do have a lot of roads.
Yeah.
But you know, I think some people kind of do it on their own as well.
They do,
But
yeah.
I think we should
A little bit.
put that we're doing it. And last year the town got gloves and trash bags and all that. Is that
Doable?
doable?
We still have those.
Okay. I
One
think we
thing I
still
can say
trash
is that's
bags
the date I'm on vacation.
too.
That was last year too.
Well, we'll expect you to do it another day then, no.
So I'm assuming May sixth is a Saturday?
It is. Saturday, May sixth, rain date, May 13th. They do have a big cookout, I can't remember where it was.
Last year I think it was in Woodstock.
Yeah.
At the
I,
ball field.
yeah.
Okay.
I'm
They are
not-
having it again, I just,
I'm not sure anybody from over here actually went.
yeah, I don't know.
But yeah. And I can put it on Facebook again.
Okay, cool.
Any motion on that?
Yeah,
Make a motion, we participate, yeah, in the May sixth town cleanup, roadside cleanup.
I will second that motion.
Been moved and seconded that we participate in the town roadside cleanup on May sixth. All those in favor?
In favor.
In favor.
Last year, we all met here, right, like
Yeah.
9 o'clock? Or was that kind of our sort of Stokes game thing?
And we will have gloves and.
yeah,
Yeah.
and trash bags, yeah. I think it was 9.
I think it was 9.
Yeah.
Okay, just wanted to
That
make
was a year
sure.
ago. I did.
Okay, update on the personal property tax.
First of all, our problem child has till April 5th to give us a true list. April 5th? 15th? No, the 6th date, the 6th, he signed it on the 6th. The green card was, the certified mail was delivered, so he has 30 days. We have not received anything yet. And then we're sending out personal property forms to everyone that has had them in the past, and I've talked to Rod yesterday, Tink came in and talked to him a little bit, and we did talk about a threshold. Like you'll be getting one, Mandy, because of your she shed, they told me this doghouse thing. You would have to fill out the form, and if it's under the 2,000 or 2,500, whichever you guys pick for a threshold, he will exempt it, we don't, and then he provides us with what he has. And people have questions, concerns, this tells you what was sent to them, shows you what was sent to everyone. We went up and down the road in our minds as best we could. I might have missed some on the Sunday River side, I don't know, but we still, can mail them out when they're going in tomorrow's mail. Mr. Doherty did not get one yet because he still has the, we don't want to confuse the issue with what he's supposed to provide us now. So. Should have been in the handouts that I passed out to you.
The only problem, just out of curiosity, if we don't send his out until after April 1st, then he can say he didn't know about it for this year.
Well, no,
The deadline's May 19th.
yeah, the deadline's May
So,
19th,
I
it's
think
not
as
April
long as
1st,
he
yeah.
has 30
Days,
days
yeah.
that you're
Okay.
fine.
Yeah, we all thought that personal property had to be by April 1st.
That's what I was always under the impression.
Well, me too, and Rob told us no,
That's not.
that
Okay.
is not, so. A good question, Jake, because we asked that same thing.
So we are putting a threshold on it?
You, yes, because you guys are the assessors, he's the agent, assessing
how did he come up with this number?
I asked him what was a ballpark threshold, and he said $2,000, $2,500. If anything is, less than that, it's not worth sending out a tax bill for $18 or $6 or. Not worth it. He said, I figured 2,500, but, I thought that was
That was
better.
gonna be my suggestion.
yeah,
In fact, I'd make that a motion if you need it.
yeah, we would need it.
I'll make a motion that the personal property tax would be exempt for anything under 2,500.
I will second that motion.
It's been moved and seconded that we should personal of $2,500 on the personal property tax. All those in favor?
In favor.
In favor.
In favor.
I have a question, when it says trailers non-excise, what does that mean?
So, trailers are not excisable unless they have living quarters in them.
Now,
Like your snowmobile trailers, your trailers that hold
You
haul
don't pay
tractors.
excise tax on those, so you
Right.
have to claim those as personal property.
Well, you don't own the
But
trailer,
you don't own the trailer.
That's true.
and you don't use it for business. You
You're
don't-
you're not using it for business.
So it's only used for business?
Right. Like Gary has a tractor, he doesn't have to do it,
Right.
unless he's out to hire for.
I don't know, my tractor looked pretty good today, I might start,
I start doing that.
gotta pay my taxes.
This will be costing you more.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yes, thank you.
So we haven't heard anything from the lawyer about anything?
Nope.
We
So
did our,
just
it's all waiting on him.
talking back and forth on
I don't even know if they're talking.
This got sent to him,
Yeah.
not to his lawyer.
No, one to
If he
him.
shares it with his lawyer, but it got sent to him, because that's the way the, I understand the
Process,
process
yeah.
works. It goes to him now.
Well, it's just been a while since
Yeah,
we've heard it from
even
Jim
anybody,
or
yeah,
any of them.
Well, I just have to think his lawyer was like, hey.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you can't
Yeah.
say this stuff was null and void and then pay
yeah,
on it for yourself.
but we haven't heard anything yet.
No.
We say that, we'll hear something tomorrow.
Yes.
That's always how it works.
Well, it'd be nice to know we're at least making progress for
Right.
crying out loud.
Right,
I'm trying.
doing best as we can.
Well, that's him.
Oh, no, no,
You
I know.
guys, I'm just saying.
Right.
in general.
Okay, approval of carry forwards.
Yeah, we have 4,700 left in the cemetery account, and I thought instead of raising money, can we just carry that forward? And then we have Newry Recreation Committee money, which is 2,500, it's been sitting there for quite some time. And last year, well, at town meeting, I recommended you give 2,500 to Bethel Recreation for the Newry kids, because of insurance and everything is crazy, because before, I think we gave them like $500 and it didn't make it in anything. So I thought if we could approve to take that money out of the Newry Recreation and give to Bethel. I mean, I can put it as a warrant article also, but both of them, I just wanted permission to do that.
I would say we make a warrant item.
Yeah, yeah,
So that
yep.
And the Bethel Recreation is for like soccer and softball and all
Basketball,
the.
yep,
Things that kids can do.
and I have to say, I mean, you've heard my spiel before, but I think they've done a great job. Mary Scanlon is, pushing all of it. Girls lacrosse and the, soccer and baseball and basketball and skiing at Sunday River and Mount Abram and the ice rink, and she even had some other non-season stuff at the high school in the, I wanna say on the football field at one point. She had some, I don't know, tag thing or something. So make warrant articles for both of them.
Yeah. I think so.
Yeah.
Didn't we have this before? Not the same one we had,
No,
or?
this is another thing from Calderwood.
Yeah.
This,
Let's move the church.
Where have I seen it, on the phone?
We just,
yeah, I sent it to you.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say, we had one.
Yeah, you had one with his fee for doing the job. He was gonna charge us $6,000 to do
We
these
did everything.
To do all the plans and shit,
plans,
right?
yes.
Stuff.
And then this is what it would cost for the church, $180,000. So this brings me,
You're wrong.
thank you.
We'll call the meeting to order. We'll start by pledging allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. The warrants have all been signed, or they will be.
They are signed.
Anybody note any errors or omissions from the town and Newry Selectboard meeting minutes for March 7th, 2023?
I didn't see anything when I went through it. Make a motion, we accept them as read.
I will second the motion.
It's been moved and seconded that we approve the town and Newry Selectboard meeting minutes for March 7th, 2023. All those in favor?
In favor.
In favor?
In favor. Do we have any adjustments to the agenda?
An update from Flanders Electric and an update on the health insurance. We could do those at the end.
Any announcements? Public comment? We do have one liquor license renewal for Southbridge. And let's go do that now.
Do you want me to bring this up here?
This is just the Southridge Lodge, right?
Just Southridge Lodge, and it's just a renewal with no changes. Becky Bean, like Sunday River, representing Sunday River. The record, there's a check for the town of Newry,
Thank you.
and then the signature page is here, and the diagrams are attached. They're all exactly the same as the last one. And blue pen?
Yep, they got blue pens.
They all have blue pens?
Yes. Tried to make sure they all have blue pens. Thank you.
Anybody know of any reason why we shouldn't accept this renewal?
I've not heard of any issues, so
I haven't heard of anything either. I'd make a motion, we approve the liquor license renewal.
I will second the motion.
And moved and seconded that we approve the liquor license renewal for Southbridge, Sunday River, Skiway. All those in favor?
In favor.
In favor?
In favor.
I'll scan the signature page tomorrow.
Perfect,
And
yeah.
send it to you.
That'd be excellent.
Okay. Thank you guys very much.
Thanks, Becky.
Appreciate it. You guys have a nice night.
You too.
The first item up for discussion is, do we want to participate in the roadside cleanup day?
We did last year, I feel like, how many bags of trash did we get?
I don't know, I mean, we had pretty
Ethan-
good participation, I
Ethan
thought.
picked up a bunch, I
Yeah,
know Nova
we
and
did.
Merrill were out a
Where
lot
did you
longer.
start?
We started at our house.
So it went all the way from your house, I
Down.
think, all the way to the end of the Bear River Road
Yeah.
on this side, and there were people that did go on the other side of Lone Pine.
Yeah,
There were a bunch of,
and a
areas
bunch of
that were-
people hit like the edge of the,
by the dump,
too,
with
yeah,
the stuff,
yeah.
they did
Yeah.
that.
I mean, I filled up the back of my Jeep.
Yes,
yeah.
our truck was full.
Yeah,
pretty full,
Ethan picked
yeah.
up a whole bunch,
Yeah,
so.
yeah. I think it's a great thing to do.
I think, I mean, hopefully we can get a few more people, cause we do have a lot of roads.
Yeah.
But you know, I think some people kinda do it on their own as well,
I do.
but I think we should
A little bit.
put that we're doing that. And last year the town got gloves and trash bags and all that, is that
Doable?
doable?
We still have those.
Okay. I think
Maybe
we
I
still
can
trash
say is
bags
that's the date I'm on vacation.
too.
I was last year too.
Well, we'll expect you to do it another day then, no.
So
Yeah.
I'm assuming May sixth is a Saturday?
It is. Saturday, May sixth, rain date, May 13th. They do have a big cookout, I can't remember where it was.
Last year I think it was in Woodstock.
Yeah.
At the
I,
ball field.
yeah,
Okay.
I'm
They are
not-
having it again, I just,
I'm not sure anybody from over here actually went,
yeah, I don't know. But
but yeah. And I can put it on Facebook again.
Okay, cool.
Any motion on that?
Yeah,
Make a motion, we
participate.
participate, yeah, in the May sixth town cleanup, roadside cleanup.
I will second that motion.
Been moved and seconded that we participate in the town roadside cleanup on May sixth. All those in favor?
In favor.
In favor.
Last year, we all met here, right, like
Yeah.
9 o'clock? Or was that kind of our sort of Stokes game plan?
And we will have gloves and,
Yeah,
yeah.
and trash bags, yeah. I think it was 9.
I think it was 9.
Yeah.
Okay, I just wanted to
That
make
was a year
sure.
ago. I did.
Okay, update on the personal property tax.
First of all, our problem child has till April 5th to give us a true list. April 5th? 15th? No, the 6th date, the 6th, he signed it on the 6th. The green card was, the certified mail was delivered, so he has 30 days. We have not received anything yet. And then we're sending out personal property forms to everyone that has had them in the past, and I talked to Rod yesterday, Tink came in and talked to him a little bit, and we did talk about a threshold. Like you'll be getting one, Mandy, because of your she shed, they told us doghouse thing. You would have to fill out the form, and if it's under the 2,000 or 2,500, whichever you guys pick for a threshold, he will exempt it, we don't, and then he provides us with what he has. And people have questions, concerns, this tells you what was sent to them, shows you what was sent to everyone. We went up and down the road in our minds as best we could. I might have missed some on the Sunday River side, I don't know, but we still, can mail them out when they're going in tomorrow's mail. Mr. Dirty did not get one yet because he still has the, we don't want to confuse the issue with what he's supposed to provide us now. So. Should have been in the handouts that I passed out to you.
The only problem, just out of curiosity, if we don't send his out until after April first, then he can say he didn't know about it for this year.
Well, no,
The deadline's May 19th.
yeah, the deadline's May
So,
19th,
I
it's
think
not
as
April
long as
1st,
he
yeah.
has 30
Days,
days
yeah.
that year.
Okay.
Yeah, we all thought that personal property had to be by April first.
That's what I was always under the impression.
Well, me too, and Rob told us no,
That's not.
that
Okay.
is not, so, a good question, Jake, because we asked that same thing.
So we are putting a threshold on it?
You, yes, because you guys are the assessors, he's the agent, assessing agent.
How did he come up with this number?
I asked him what was a ballpark threshold, and he said $2,200. If anything is, less than that, it's not worth sending out a tax bill for $18 or $6 or. Not worth it. He said, I figured 2,500, but, I thought that was better.
That was gonna be my suggestion.
yeah,
In fact, I'd make that a motion if you need it.
yeah, we would need it.
I'll make a motion that the personal property tax would be exempt for anything under 2,500.
I will second that motion.
It's been moved and seconded that we put a threshold of $2,500 on the personal property tax. All those in favor?
In favor.
In favor.
In favor.
I have a question, when it says trailers non-excise, what does that mean?
So, trailers are not excisable unless they have living quarters in them.
Now,
Like your snowmobile trailers, your trailers that hold
You
haul
don't pay
tractors.
excise tax on those, so you
Right.
have to claim those as personal property.
Well, you don't own the
But
trailer,
you don't own the trailer.
That's true.
and you don't use it for business.
And
You
you're
don't-
you're not using it for business.
So it's only used for business?
Right. Like Gary has a tractor, he doesn't have to do it,
Right.
unless he's out to hire for.
I don't know, my driveway looked pretty good today, I might start,
I start doing that.
gotta pay my taxes.
This will be costing you more.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yes, thank you.
So we haven't heard anything from the lawyer about anything?
Nope,
So
we did our,
just
it's all waiting on him.
talking back and forth on
I don't even know if they're talking.
This got sent to him,
Yeah.
not to his lawyer.
No, one to
If he
him.
shares it with his lawyer, but it got sent to him, because that's the way the, I understand the
Process,
process
yeah.
works. It goes to him now.
Well, it's just been a while since
Yeah,
we've heard it from
either,
Jim
anybody,
or
yeah,
any of them.
Well, I just have to think his lawyer was like, hey,
yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, you can't
yeah,
say this stuff was null and void and then pay
yeah.
on it for yourself.
But we haven't heard anything yet.
No.
We say that, we'll hear something tomorrow.
Yes.
That's always how it works.
Well, it would be nice to know we're at least making progress for
Right.
crying out loud.
Right,
I'm trying.
doing best as we can.
Well, that's him.
Oh, no, no, I
You
know.
guys, I'm just saying.
Right.
Okay, approval of carry forwards.
Yeah, we have 4,700 left in the cemetery account, and I thought instead of raising money, can we just carry that forward? And then we have Newry Recreation Committee money, which is 2,500, it's been sitting there for quite some time. And last year, well, at town meeting, I recommended you give 2,500 to Bethel Recreation for the Newry kids because of insurance and everything is crazy. Because before, I think we gave them like $500 and it didn't make it in anything. So I thought if we could approve to take that money out of the Newry Recreation and give to Bethel. I mean, I can put it as a warrant article also, but both of them. I just wanted permission to do that.
I would say we make a warrant item.
Yeah, yeah.
So that
Yep.
And the Bethel Recreation is for like soccer and softball and all
Basketball,
the.
yep, yep.
Things the kids can do this.
And I have to say, I mean, you've heard my spiel before, but I think they've done a great job. Mary Scanlon is, you know, pushing all of it. girls lacrosse and the soccer and baseball and basketball and skiing at Sunday River and Mount Abram and the ice rink. And she even had some other non-season stuff at the high school in the, I wanna say on the football field at one point. She had some, I don't know, tag thing or something. So make warrant articles for both of them.
Yeah. I think so.
Okay.
But didn't we have this before?
Not
Not the same one we had,
No,
or
this is another thing from Calderwood.
Yeah.
This,
where have I seen it, on the phone?
We just-
yeah, I sent it to you.
to us?
I was gonna say, we had one,
Yeah, you had one with his fee for doing the job. He was gonna charge us $6,000 to do
we
these
never,
To do all the plans and shit,
plans,
right?
yes.
Stuff.
And then this is what it would cost for the church, $180,000. So this brings me to something else.
I've got something else for that too.
Yep. I'm proposing a warrant article for this separately. And then a warrant article asking if we wanna keep the church.
That's just about what mine was to, if this didn't pass, then have a warrant article, yes or no to dispose of it.
Do we wanna keep the church? I mean, yes, it's been here, it's a beautiful church, needs a lot of work, we wanna move it,
Nobody uses it,
but then what are we gonna do with it? Are we gonna use it, we gonna rent it? I mean, what are we gonna do with it? Do we wanna spend $180,000
To look at it and
To
watch
look
it
at it,
deteriorate.
and then,
Cause no one uses it.
right, and pay the electricity and mowing and,
Gonna have heat,
yeah,
you're gonna have a bathroom,
from, yeah,
Right.
or you shut the water off, or.
right,
For a certain time, because it'll probably be shut down like it has been in the past
Right.
for winter months, but,
yeah,
well, it doesn't have to be if someone wants to,
right,
but that's, the warrant article is,
right, asking them if they wanna keep it,
and I'm sure there's gonna be some discussion,
I'm sure there is too,
but that's
so,
okay.
right, that's why you have
We need
it.
directions, we need
Well, no,
direction.
we
to a point.
tried that.
Yeah,
and
Well,
now
we tried the committee and that didn't really,
Yeah, that fizzled out.
And then now, so we went out, and this is pretty much what it's gonna cost us, and leave it to the townspeople if this is,
Right,
I mean, and there was some discussion back when we first took it over about
Yep.
the same type of thing, so.
well, in last year's warrant article, you had an Article 40, non-binding straw poll, to see if the town will vote to authorize the select board to offer the North Newry Church and all its assets, including the $40,000 allotted by the town for repairs and to a nonprofit, if no one is willing to take it on. And it was a no vote. The $40,000 is just a figment of somebody's imagination. It is non-existent here. I have looked everywhere, we looked back in all town reports, I looked back to see if you had a special town meeting. The auditor's been looking, there is no $40,000 that has been allotted to this church in any way, shape, or form. Anywhere.
Well, like I said, this is really gonna be a,
Hot contestant item.
Well, it may get some people there.
well, I hope so.
Right. So I'll use a similar, skip the $40,000 article, but it'll be a binding article, not a straw poll.
Right.
So,
And if people, if that's what they really wanna do, then.
yeah, that would, right,
I mean, the other thing, if they decide to do that, we may not wanna spend all $180,000 in 1 year, we wanna make it as a step project possibly, just a possibility.
Right. well,
I guess
But I
that
guess-
would,
That would be our decision to make that, I guess.
well, and then to see how,
how it's gonna affect our
Tax,
taxes in
yeah.
the long run.
Yeah,
Right.
that's kinda what I was getting at.
yeah,
so my question is, if they vote this down, right, they don't wanna spend $180,000, but then they wanna keep the church. Then are we right back at square one?
pretty much.
Yeah,
Oh, can't wait.
If they keep the church, they gotta do something about that wall that's caving in.
right.
And if you just dig it out and put some posts underneath it or something.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's gonna be fun, but hey, might get people to town meeting. Just,
Spread the word.
yep. It's gonna be, it's on tape.
Well, we'll know what they really,
They won't, exactly.
really feel.
Yeah, because Grange Hall, I mean,
All of these buildings are starting
it
to
cost us money.
cost us quite a bit of money.
Well, of course, because the price of everything has gone through the roof.
And
Right.
they're old,
Right.
they're old,
So,
so
and then you gotta have upkeep, so.
we need a direction. What are you gonna use it for? If
Yeah.
you
Well,
keep
some of
it?
it is,
Yeah.
the trustees never did anything, cause they never really had any money
Right,
anyway,
exactly.
but, I mean, so
Right.
we got this passed on to us, and now
Yep, now we have to
Now
decide.
we have to act. Yeah.
we either have to do something with it, or,
Yep,
which is not gonna be a good topic, but.
nope, but it's gotta be done eventually,
Right.
so, here we are. Okay. Two orders.
Um,
Well, I definitely
Well,
can't
actually-
wait for that section of
You wanna
the
take care of the rest of this stuff before we do the budget?
Yeah,
I've got one thing
we've got Joel's report too, to go
Yeah.
over too, but, yeah.
Where are we going? What are we doing?
Sorry.
Going with,
What am I looking at here?
Code Enforcement Road Committee report, right on the very bottom.
Okay. So, yeah, and I gave you a thing about Monkey Brook Road too. And that Joel had.
The only question I have on that is.
Yep.
They budgeted to bring their equipment in and do all of our jobs. Now, if we're gonna pull out and come back, is that gonna affect the price?
We're assuming so, so if we pull out and don't do Monkey Brook, we assume that the price here in Wheeler will change. We do not know that. Rob hasn't been in fact, he said he was gonna come in and we'd have to sign the contract, he hasn't been in, so we have not signed a contract, so.
Okay, I just, I don't know if we could force them to stay off the road for a couple, 3 days till the blacktop hardened up or what, but,
Still gonna damage.
I mean, I can see both sides of this,
Yeah,
but if it's gonna cost us more money, I don't know.
and I don't know how much more either, so.
I thought we were doing the whole road thing, and they were gonna have to pay for it if they damaged it.
I'm not getting anywhere on road bonds, but did you guys talk about it at your last planning board meeting?
I don't believe
I don't think
so.
you did either.
I don't believe so. It's not really a planning board
Right,
item. And as much as it sounds good, it
Yeah.
is not an easy thing to implement,
Yeah,
No.
if at all.
right,
One of the things that worries me about it is if we pull it, say, okay, we can't do that now, but you gotta do it later. They'll end up doing it in October when we don't get a good bonding with a blacktop.
right. Well, and if we put it, part of me wants to say put it off this year. But then again, it's, Narrow Hill's not gonna stop growing.
You know?
Still gonna be a lot of truck traffic.
Well, right,
And then next year it'll cost us more to pave it.
Right,
But, you know, it's
So-
kind of weigh it,
yeah. It's one of those deals, close your eyes and pick one. Right, so we go.
well, I guess we'll just kind of sit on that, but find out if there is gonna be a difference in the price, if they have to do it in 2 different stages.
So you're talking do Monkey Brook later on in the year? We were talking hold it off
Hold
totally,
it off totally?
yeah. I mean, I don't know, that was a thought,
Yeah,
that's what
well,
Joel
if
and
we're
I
gonna do
discussed.
that, we either gotta set that money aside for next year.
Right, which we could
Or,
do,
which we can do, or we subtract it off of this year's budget.
you're right. Right now it's in this year's budget,
Yeah, I
at
know
mine.
it is, yeah. Okay, let's see what,
But we don't have all the information yet, so.
No, I haven't been up there lately to see what kind of shape the road's in now anyway.
Yeah, Joel wants you guys to take a look at it. So you wanna
Okay.
see what it would cost?
Well, what would it cost if we were like, hey, we don't wanna do this year, cause
Okay.
that, we think is gonna change the price for everything else, right?
We assume, but we don't know that.
I mean,
Right.
even what we budget and don't spend this year, it'll be more money next year.
Oh,
But yes,
But
yeah.
we'll just have to fill the gap in.
Okay.
So is Joelle worried that the road needs more than just resurfacing?
No, she didn't say that. She just was kinda concerned about, I think, the traffic, that, you know, after the last meeting when we talked about it.
Well, that's what happens when places grow, the traffic doesn't get less. I mean,
Right.
unfortunately.
So I can tell her that we wanna know approximately if Wheeler would increase and out here. I don't think out here will increase because the specs for the paving out here were the same as the road, which they wouldn't need in the parking lot,
What is that, crumbling
so.
half mile? That's in
Wheeler
Newry?
Road?
Yeah, no,
Oh, Monkey Brook?
Monkey Road.
I don't know how long it is.
I mean, it only goes part way,
Right,
this town, and then it
right.
might be a little over half, but I don't think it's much more than that. Might be, I don't know.
I got it listed in the office.
Don't matter anyway.
Okay.
Yeah, it was in the bid.
Yeah.
Oh, well, you got the bid in front of you.
They lumped it all together, didn't they?
Well, they got Monkey Brook Road 38 by 24. And Wheeler Road is 1800 by 20. So, 2 foot gravel shoulders.
I'd have to check with Joe and see if maybe there's a piece of a road that's scheduled for next year that we can swap with and possibly.
The only other one, I think, for her list was Valley View, but we're gonna be ditching that and stuff this year, so that'll probably need something next year, but.
Next year. There's a culvert that always has a problem.
Yes,
Because there's ledge there and they can't get it deep enough.
right, and the way somebody plows has been an issue, but, yeah.
So that's just a wait and see.
Yep,
Wait too long, but, okay.
moving on.
So, deputy town clerk?
So this is great news, the timeshares are all paid off now. I paid yesterday, yeah, till tomorrow, they're all paid off, we have none to sell. It's very exciting, we have 4 liens left, I've spoken to both the owners, they say they're going to be paying them.
And they have until tomorrow?
No, those are just,
Oh.
2022 liens.
Oh.
So the 21 liens, we don't have anything to foreclose on those, that's perfect. The deadline was today for the school board members that are running to, bring their signatures to the registrars, so that's all done.
We have 2.
2 people running from Newry, I believe.
There's 2 positions though, isn't there?
No, 1 for
There's
Newry.
one.
One's open for Newry, and there's two people that I know
Right.
that are running, but more people could have got their papers from
Right.
Side 44 office. Tax payments are due in 10 days. They've been rolling in at a good pace, so it's good. Selectmen's position's still available if anybody wants to take papers.
We're all ready, so.
It's on tape, so
It's
if
on
anyone wants-
tape, if anybody else wants to, there's still time to get those in.
Yeah, And there's one planning board position that will be coming up next year. Bruce is up the end of this year, I should say.
July.
What, is it, one of these?
Speaking of that,
Yeah. Well, we don't have to hold on all this, but.
Yeah.
schoolhouse committee, what's her name?
It was done 88s.
Yeah, but what's her name moved out of the area,
And,
and Freelander. Have we got anybody on that?
no. In fact, I gotta get a hold of Donita, because she's the only one that has a key, and we don't even have a key here that I
She
know
was
of.
supposed to drop one
Right.
off.
So we've gotta
Yeah.
get that, we've been trying. I'll call her again, because I just found her number again, so, today.
I just happened to think of that. I thought of it several times, but I never think of it when I could bring it up.
Right, understand that. Yeah, because Susan Hurley and Ann used to do the flowers and all that stuff there.
And, maybe we wanna do a town report that we're looking for somebody for that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I guess that administrator's report.
Mountain Explorer, they are the ones that request money. Remember when we were going through the
Yeah.
budget, Western Maine Transportation? They are still there, but they do not request money anymore, because Western Maine is, paid for by the county. I did not know that. And I got on my list, do we want 2 separate warrant articles for the church and the Simmons Bridge? We're still waiting for the numbers to come back on Simmons Bridge. And, the auditor called a week ago and she was a little confused about one of the warrant articles about us allowing you guys to spend on the capital, was it projects or reserves, I can't remember exactly how it was worded. And I said, well, that's why I put down on the, capital reserve is cash reserved for unexpected short-term expenses. Capital projects is long-term capital investments. And the way the warrant article is in here, she did not like it. But the way our accounts are set up, we have 2 capital projects accounts, and they should be, one should be reserves and one should be projects.
Can we fix that?
So we can fix that. I can't find that stupid article. I've gotta read to you. To see what action the town wishes to take regarding allowing the selectmen to spend up to 10% of the capital improvement account without seeking prior town approval, which everybody always votes yes. But it should be the capital reserve account, not the capital improvement account.
Is that the same one that the fire equipment future purchase account is?
Yeah, those are separate, I've got it listed in here, but,
Was that last year's article?
yes.
Well, I can't really change that now, right?
No, I can change it
This,
moving forward.
Right, well, yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it was just listed the same, and it was just kind of bizarre that you had 2 accounts with the same name, but 2 different account numbers, so.
Well, like we said, we was gonna go through
Yep.
this and change
Yep.
what had to be changed and
Yep.
hopefully make things better.
So, and then the selectmen's report, you got your little updates? Just a
I
reminder?
did get some notes.
Okay. We didn't write it for you, but Amy worked hard to get your notes.
Thank you, Amy.
So my other thing was Flanders, which I added to your adjustments to the agenda. That was, you guys were asking about that for the fire station for opera funds, possible use. So
yeah,
he gave us
that
a,
was on one of the things that,
so he gave us an estimate, 10,500 plus another 1,400 for all the extra stuff. And then-
And $2,000 for the thing. It's like a
Yes.
$15,000 friggin'
yeah.
Generator.
And it's
Yeah.
usually if you wanna buy the insurance plan for.
That's including the insurance plan, I put the big price on the insurance plan, but yeah. But that would be opera money if we chose to do this.
If that's where we decide to spend it.
Yeah. And Mike Fields is gonna test the water here and at the Grange, and he hasn't got in here yet to do it. But he's working on that. the other adjustment to your agenda was health insurance. One of our problem employees was having issues with insurance because we had to get prior authorization, which I didn't realize, but I don't go to specialists like some of them do. So the insurance lady came, and just on a whim, to see how we're doing, because they're finally going out and about after COVID, just started. And she got talking about plans, and there's another plan that we can offer at the same time. It's no extra money, it's a higher deductible for them,
It costs the town less.
costs the town less, and it's,
You can go
anywhere
anywhere
in the United States. Our plan
in state.
is in state only. The new plan that we can offer both, it's no extra fee to offer both. So three of us can be on one and one on another or whatever. So it would work better for the ones that have to see specialists
Out of state.
out of state to do this. What is it, PPO 500, right now we have a POS 200. Medicine stays the same, the deductibles, the difference, and specialist, I think is it.
Yeah,
But it doesn't charge the town more
it's less.
in any way, shape, or form.
No,
It's just
Well,
personal.
It would seem,
Well, it would make sense to
Yeah.
have a insurance policy that would benefit
yeah,
everyone, and, you know, even
Yeah.
if it's 2 or 3 different,
yeah,
I mean, it's
which
not
I
like
didn't
it's-
realize that it would be, I had no idea.
well, we were starting that before you came along
Right.
anyway.
Right, so,
And 2 out of 4 go
yeah,
out of state, so it's
Yeah.
sometimes.
I was just gonna say, a couple of them were out of state
Yeah.
quite often.
yeah, so it'll work out better for them, and so I just wanted to run it by you that, we can do this, I have to send her a letter, and then she'll come in and sign them up from, May 1st?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's our whole purpose in some ways, is to make it,
Yeah.
it's a benefit for them, so
Right.
we might as well give them something that works for
For
them.
them,
and
right, and not have a hassle like she was having a hassle. I'm like, ooh.
I'm the
Yeah.
she, just in case you're wondering.
Well, yeah.
They're like, you're in Maine, you gotta stay with Maine providers.
And the other thing is, we're so close to the border that
Exactly, and that was,
That's
she
the
said she's
problem.
run into this in a lot of the border towns, so,
yeah,
yeah, it's not uncommon.
So I would say,
God, you'd think you were going to friggin' Tijuana.
I know,
Well, you can change,
It's New
or you
Hampshire
can
for
change your
crying out loud.
primary care doctor to New Hampshire, and then you can just use New Hampshire doctors.
and with this PPO one, you don't need a primary,
No, you don't need a primary, you
so,
can make your own choices.
yeah.
Well, I think it's a good option.
Okay. Just wanted to run that by you. Do that. And Sunday River has 2 escrow accounts. And we have a, what's the name of that other one?
that's the one that they use to pay their taxes.
To pay their planning board
Right.
fees and stuff. Evidently, planning board had a discussion, they didn't think we should be doing that. Part of me is thinking, technically, it's not planning board's decision if we do that or not.
I don't
Yeah.
understand the question.
Sunday River has escrow account here that they use to pay their building permit fees or fees for planning board, site plan fees, that type of stuff. I think it only has like $1,200 in it right now.
It's like we're just holding their money.
Yeah,
We
technically,
use it.
yeah. They don't get interest on it, because we don't get interest on it. Because it's in a non-interest bearing account, but. So. But anyway, planning board is requesting that we send back that money, and then there was somebody else that had money in one, Susan DePlessy, I think it was, from when she,
Really?
yeah, hers is like $40. It has, back before when realtors had to come to the office to get their RETT
These,
deeds
yeah.
and stuff, we would fax them to her, so she would pay for them, and she'd always pay ahead. So we've got like $40 of hers sitting here in the account too. That I'm asking permission to refund her money. That she probably doesn't even remember that's here. But it is.
Minus the postage.
Yeah.
Sunday River there, I mean, if,
They've got something going on all the time, I would almost leave that one there.
Well, is it more convenient to have it set up that way for you guys? Or-
Other than keeping track of it?
I think it's easier if they just pay as they
Oh,
go.
yeah,
I mean, versus be like, okay, how much do, then
yeah,
they want, like, at the end of the year to know how much money they have left, so it's like their bank.
make, yeah. And it hasn't got big money in it, but.
No, it doesn't.
They got one subdivision escrow, which is Sunday Rivers, after I dug back far enough, $884.40. They have another planning board escrow, Sunday River, that has $1,440. The performance guarantee is the other one I couldn't come up with, for $8,000 that we keep in a separate account also. Susan DuPlessis' prepaid fax, $43.
so we just pay all them back to them, and then they have to do like everybody
Everybody
else.
else,
And
yeah.
pay their
Pay as
fees
you
for
go.
cleaning board and
Yeah.
whatever else, and they,
Right. The performance guarantee, of course, we have to keep that one, which is fine.
What's that one?
That's on a New River Village subdivision,
Why do we have to keep that one?
because it's a
Cause
performance
if they,
guarantee.
yeah,
Back out.
if they
yeah.
back out,
Yeah,
we have
they-
some of their money to,
Yeah,
That's gonna be by the, just beyond Madeline.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's the new one going on next to, across from Vista View Drive.
Okay.
And that would be reimbursed to them once they complete the project.
Have they started anything there yet?
Yes, they have, we got all
They've
all
got
the foundations are in, and
Really? I guess I haven't been by. Guess I gotta take write-ups.
looks like they're about ready to pour floors. When I saw, they got all the sand and the underlayment
Yeah.
all compacted down, so
Wow.
moving right along.
Good. That's my regular stuff.
so if we turn this back, we need a motion to do that.
Yeah, probably. That would be the best way, yeah.
Cover everybody's,
Yeah,
So I'll make a motion that we refund the prepaid
Sunday River escrow.
Sunday River escrows and Susan DuPlessis to them and make them pay as you go like everybody else.
I'll second that.
it's been moved and seconded that we, can you repeat that?
you refund the prepaid escrows for Sunday River and Susan DuPlessis and make them pay as they go. That's everyone else does.
Okay, perfect.
I like it.
All those in favor?
In favor?
In favor.
In favor.
Okay. I'm gonna write my notes, okay?
What are we doing now? The book?
The budget.
I would say it's time for
Budget time.
budget.
Fun times.
So, I thought you said the Mountain Explorer didn't ask for money anymore.
They asked for money, not the
Western
Western Main Transportation. So, speaking of that, of all our donation requests, we never got any more.
It's been 2 weeks, 2 more weeks, and we
Yeah.
haven't received any more requests, so
So,
I think we're confident
Yeah,
now.
we give them a deadline.
right,
Right,
and we haven't gotten,
we didn't get any more, so.
the only thing under administration I would like to increase, I forgot to put in the budget for chairs for this room. And I put Amy on a mission, she just loves me.
You never know what you're gonna do around here. I told her if we make them too comfortable, people wanna sit here and talk longer. So we should think about that.
So we just kinda threw out some that were like $270 a piece. We wanted to get heavy duty course, wanted them on wheels. I was thinking like 10 or 12, just around these tables, I don't know.
How many people would you, just like for us?
Us and
and
planning board, yeah.
and-
Not for the,
Not for the,
Not for the
not for those
public.
people, but for these people.
we'll share if we have enough,
Yeah.
I mean, you know.
So,
We might go to sleep if they're too good.
These are better than the one we get at the school board, so.
right.
I'd take these.
So I was just thinking, you know, I did not put that in the budget, so I thought about,
Where does that go under other supplies?
yeah, under administration, which I had put the new copier in there, and then,
Well, I definitely would like a chair.
and they don't have to be $300 chairs, but
We're
I,
researching.
we had to start somewhere.
We had to, yeah.
and we wanna get something that's,
Well, if you go high and it comes in lower, that's,
yeah, okay, all right. So 10 chairs or 12?
How many people on the planning board?
4, plus the recording secretary, 5.
And we have 5 here right now. I think we should be all right with 10.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay. All right. So I'll add that. I did look at had her look at tables too, but,
She didn't like my
I didn't
choice, so
like
we're
it too.
back on
so we're,
looking again.
yeah. We could get by with these tables, I guess, one more year, but I don't wanna go crazy. But, so, all right, so I'll change that to administration, on that, under administration, so add to. All right, we stopped at insurance. That was after the third parties, and I didn't number your pages yet, but they're both numbered.
One was fire department.
Okay, yeah, but we have to go back before that, because we did not do highways, we skipped over highways.
So did you put in the highways?
I did.
Alright, so are we talking about insurance or are we gonna talk about highways?
Highways. Sorry. Next page after that, highway covers.
I was trying.
that's probably after this one, yes.
So this is where your paving comes in. So which roads is contract, so that's 138,000. Salt and sand, I kept it 28,000 because so far we have spent, 21. That was as of the March 20,
If we don't spend it all, does it get rollover?
goes right back in general fund.
I feel like I ask that all the time.
You do,
I can't remember.
sorry. So I kept it the same, not, he hasn't ordered any more, so. I think we'll, if that sounds good to you. Street
As
signs,
long as the price is gonna stay about the same.
yeah. Yeah, that's true. I haven't seen anything about the price this year. I mean,
Well, I mean, even the last 2 years, we didn't use that amount, so.
No, but there was I wanna say 22, there was quite an increase in the price of it.
We still didn't use it.
so we can up it to 30 if you want. I mean, not that that's a big jump, but that's,
Split the difference, you go 29.
okay. Street signs, we left at 1,500. Summer roads, this is where I put the paving, striping, crack seal, Valley View, our parking lot, mowing, and the Sunny River road storm repairs from,
So clearly this is not where that was before.
clearly it is not. I do not know why it was not,
Okay.
because if you plan on doing these projects, it should be in your summer project. But
Okay.
that's where I'd put it.
What is miscellaneous road work?
Emergency culverts or washouts or whatever.
Yeah. Unexpected plans.
We
Could be
put
some
$8,000 on that?
Well, you could.
Well, we did, right? 23 years to date.
Yeah, but in 20, another $1,500 in 24.
Okay, part of that is, somebody hit a guardrail, you had to replace a guardrail.
Their insurance didn't cover that?
Well, it
It
did,
did.
it did, but it doesn't show on this line,
Okay.
Oh.
so.
Yeah, we got reimbursed.
So we got reimbursed $2,300. Cause I had to go digging for it, but I found it.
So we still spend like $2,500.
Because that was the winter storm roads, when we had that Elliott. We had to pay them somewhere. And that's was trying to get reimbursed from the county, cause they had to go through FEMA or MEMA to see what they're gonna,
Oh,
if the
that's
county
that
added
takes
up to all that.
Takes a year or two for that.
Yeah,
to
that's
come
gonna take
through.
forever. I know one of them took a long time. So, that makes that account look bad, but we did get reimbursed $2,300 for that garbage.
Well, I'm just wondering if $1,500 is not enough. Is my question.
That's-
I would almost question that too, because you get one good rainstorm.
One friggin'
that-
Elliott.
You don't want more than that.
I would,
I mean, one year we spent $12, the next one year we spent,
1,900, and then 1,500, and then 8,000,
Yeah.
which would have been
But
safe.
that it doesn't roll over, right?
no, everything goes back to general fund, unless you,
I think we should at least go to 2,000 on that. That's my opinion. 1,500 don't go very far nowadays.
all right, so I'll increase that to 2,000. I couldn't come up with anything else on roads that I thought.
Evidently, we're doing all right on signs,
Yeah, and these, that was where this comes in,
yeah.
the new town signs, I put the wrong size, I think they're 3 by,
The one down at the corner, I think it's 4 by 8.
it is, these are 3 by 6, I think.
Actually, I think it'd be better a little bit
Smaller.
smaller, because the wind won't bother it so much.
Yeah, and this is, Joel had this drawn up, they would make the covered bridge a little bit more prominent, but
So they're not 3 by 8, they're 3 by 6.
I think so.
Okay.
She told me I got one of each
Okay.
of my sizes. Well, you know, as long as we get them. Yeah, I put 3 by 8. So,
So
Does
there's
that-
3 of them, is that what it is? There's one up,
yeah,
one up.
2 over here and one at, yeah.
one
And are we
down at the corner
including
and
for
one-
the, because some of the problem
I
is
think it's
that,
3 in town.
you know, them being put into the ground, that's not
Oh.
very, do you know what I mean?
Right,
The posts, are
Post.
those included, or the
I don't
cement to,
I don't
so
think
are
so.
we
We probably should add them
need
for
to
I
that.
know
account for that?
The post at Newry Corner is cracked, so that it,
Right,
when they put the 4 by 4, it was only like a,
Well, they're gonna have to replace all the posts if they're different sizes.
I would think
so-
they would, but
Right.
that needs to be replaced, one of them,
Who's
because
they?
it's cracked pretty bad.
Well, usually Allen Fleet.
okay, they is the Allen.
So that
Okay.
should be under, okay, so we'd have to increase the signs then.
Well, that's what I'm just questioning, I guess,
Good girl.
okay.
Street signs, is that under street signs? Is that what you put it under?
I was trying to decide they are miscellaneous. These are really not street signs.
Under miscellaneous road work?
Yep.
Make it 3,000.
Better bump that a
Keep
bit.
upping that miscellaneous.
Chris, did he give it a number on that?
He didn't to me, Joel didn't to me,
Okay, we might need to reassess that.
yeah. for sure.
Okay.
Anything else on roads? So we'll find out about the paving for the summer roads and then we'll adjust that as we find out. From Mike,
Mhm.
guys good with that?
At this point in time, yes.
Okay?
And see what the big number is at the end.
Yeah, well, we don't like that. Health insurance, the insurances we went over the last time, I did increase the risk pool, but fire department so greatly worked on their stuff last night.
Yeah, we did an inventory, cause it was,
Yeah,
what we had, I believe, was like $1,500 for what was in that station.
yeah,
That was a little bit on the ridiculous side, but.
yeah. In fact, when I talked to the guy from risk pool, he said, because he belonged to a fire department, he says, oh, you are way low, he says. And I did request that somebody come up and look, they hadn't had anybody here since 2028, he said,
Is that for the
to check the building.
safety stuff?
Yeah, so, but I haven't heard from anybody yet. So that may be changing, the risk pool, but the other ones should be fine. Of course, the school budget, we don't have that yet, but I increased it 10%. Scary as it was.
That's a lot of money.
It is. So municipal building. Last year you had in your,
Is that just for this building or is this?
that's this building alone.
Okay.
We spent 25,000 already this year. Well, in your budget book last year, $1,000 power wash building, blank for window replacement. Mowing, cleaning service, security system. Never added the money in for the windows and never added the money in for the heat pumps.
Yeah, I think we were gonna do something with the chimney
Yeah,
over here.
but that's a different one, yeah, that's a different building. So this building, I've got heat pumps, which Mike gave us an estimate of 17,000. Painting, put up the blinds, repair the siding that's already been dinged from the snow, about $600. Mowing, cleaning of the office, the alarm, furnace maintenance is $200 a year, generator maintenance is about $200 a year. Power washing, did 1,000, and miscellaneous items was 500. I do think we need new faucets in the bathroom, at least the handicap bathroom, because it drips all the time. You can't stop it. I can't imagine a new faucet's gonna be crazy money, but I have to.
So there's something that needs to be done immediately.
Yeah. So. I put that at 25,000. Electricity is, I put it to 4, not knowing for sure.
Just didn't need anything on that, speaking of that, electricity.
Oh,
Oh.
but the solar thing.
Our solar thing is,
Isn't gonna kick in till the fall, they think.
right, it's a little delayed, they said, because of CMP, which, surprise, surprise.
But the rates will go up, so they probably won't.
Yeah, yeah. And heat, I did lower that a little bit, because we haven't, we budgeted 8,000 last year. We've
I
spent,
think we went high last year because the
prices were going up, yeah,
Go up. We
right. So I put it to 6, did you think I dropped it too much?
didn't- It looks
I don't
like
know.
6 is all right.
Yeah.
Mm.
And then the phones, did I tell you I hate our phone system?
Yep,
Okay.
well, you told me.
I've heard it a few times. I might have said it a few too. Well, when I'm talking to somebody and it, hello?
Drops your
Like, or
off.
I can still
Yeah.
hear them, but they can't hear me.
Right. Whatever,
Are we contracted with somebody on that? or-
yes.
Have
My-
we-
It's horrible.
Mytel.
Never heard of them.
Yeah,
They're
well, I haven't
internet
either.
based.
It's an internet-based phone. And
All
it's-
phones are internet-based now, so you're probably not gonna get away from that ever
No, I
again.
was just thinking if there's somebody we could say, hey, we got a problem, let's see
Yes.
if we can fix it. you
Yeah,
know?
well, it's not
You
easy.
let us know.
Yeah,
find
we're
that
working
person.
on that, but,
Okay.
so I put it to 53, because it's, I'm trying to get out of this contract
How long's the contract for?
till 24.
We'll be there for you.
I know, but it's, I mean, Joelle has a lot of problems talking to somebody, I don't know if it's when she's talking to you or who.
It's
She gets cut off a lot.
Yeah, you got 2 minutes, after 2 minutes it goes.
Yeah. And
Be
then,
quick.
yeah, and we don't always get our calls. I mean, I was talking to Trio, our program today, about something on payroll, and she went to call me back. Of course, mine only rings 3 times if I'm not there. It goes to voicemail, which couldn't leave a voicemail, there's one letter, got her off. So then she had to call back, and then it did something else, and then she had to call back again, and she couldn't leave me a voicemail. So it's just a funky system, so. I hate to say it, but I'm working on getting rid of that, if I can.
Like I said, if it's not working,
That might be a good reason to break the contract,
Yeah,
if they can't fix it.
well, every time I call, because we're supposed to call GWI, and then they check with Spectrum, and then Spectrum says, oh, no, everything's all good on our end.
Services.
So then you try to get a hold of Mitel, and nothing. It's just a round and round we go.
pass the buck.
Yep,
Somebody else's problem.
yep. So municipal building look okay? I should think I'm forgetting some.
So that is all the stuff that you got left of the year. Now, didn't we already put in for the printer and copier?
Yeah, those are all in there. I just had these written down so I wouldn't forget stuff. I don't, one of these days we do have to get this building painted, these rooms painted again, because they look like crap.
The trim,
Everything. I mean, look at the things in the walls and.
yeah.
Maybe we get rid of that blue color.
Yeah,
Yes, I said that.
That could be a stage project.
yeah. So one of these days we're gonna think about that.
I tried to suggest a paint party.
I do not paint.
She told me she doesn't paint.
She does not.
You wouldn't want me to.
We don't need too many supervisors.
I would not even be here.
Yeah.
Have at it. Fire department. Gas and oil I kept the same. Equipment I did up. Radios, 2,100 budgeted for radios. Turnout gear, we figured 2 sets. Hose fittings, replace, I think 3 masks.
Yeah, there's some that need to be replaced.
Yeah, so I put those in there. Training, I left at 5,000. They haven't been doing much training, so I,
It was 7 people,
yeah,
but
but I didn't wanna lower it in case something really came up.
Yeah.
and- So I left it. Operations and maintenance, I put 28,600.
How come there's nothing in the miscellaneous?
Because they never put anything in there, and they were trying to spend money out of that account, and that wasn't existing. So, if we need a miscellaneous, we can put in miscellaneous.
Is there not a miscellaneous account, is that what you're saying?
back along there.
There is one, but there just wasn't any money budgeted last year. So,
Maybe because we thought they had money?
I don't know, maybe it was just missed,
I don't know that the topic came up, you know, but I don't know.
yeah. So anyway, we can put in a miscellaneous, we can put in
Oh, I just
1,500
didn't know if there
or
was
whatever you want.
a reason.
No, I think it was just missed. To be honest.
And that would just be something that if something really came up that you,
Like you had to get a new toilet. You wanna put $2,000 in there?
Yep, I do.
Wages, I did the wage increase, electricity, I did the little,
This is both?
both stations,
fire
yeah. Yeah, I thought they used to be separate, but
I think we used to do it that way, but
yeah, and when Lori pays them, she puts Bear River, Sunday River, so we could figure out if we needed to.
Well, it says UTV 20,000, or
Well-
buying a new UTV?
Alan's request would like us to look into a new TV, because what we have is not big enough to haul a tank.
It's not big enough to hold two people, plus the
Okay.
tank filled
Yeah,
with
it's
water,
like-
the weight limits.
It has like a 500 pound.
Yeah.
You get two hefty people in there like me and Alan, and we're all loaded.
Be like, we're not taking the water. Okay.
Well, we're both here.
We're here, no water.
So he said, he just wanted us to look into it, if we wanted to add it to the budget this year, or do a part for this year, part for next year. I don't know how you guys want to do it, so I threw it in down the bottom.
Actually, don't we already have an account for some of that?
You have an account?
Capital improvement.
Yep, you do.
That could be taken out if. we
Yeah,
find
it could,
something.
if you guys wanted to.
But then again, we might as well put some in there so that, because someday it is gonna come to that we're gonna.
Yeah,
Need to do something about a truck.
truck, yeah.
You're
You
gonna
have,
spend $1 million for a truck nowadays if you buy a new one.
right.
Well, I'm not necessarily thinking a truck, it might be something different for a station, depending
Yeah,
on
yeah.
what route we have to go.
Right,
With 7 members, I don't know, we may have to
Right.
There's-
go a
there's-
completely different
there's-
department.
There's coming a time when I think we're gonna have to do something for full-time people, and then we gotta put sleeping quarters and kitchens and,
I mean, I'm fine with adding it to this.
I got an idea of new one, and then it's probably gonna cost one.
Joelle got a quote, this is her quote.
20 grand, but I don't know what he's looking at.
I don't either, you want
Yeah.
something a little bit heavier than the one you
She
got.
didn't tell me what it was, she just gave me the price.
And it depends, I mean, you can get full-place ones and
Yeah, I know.
whatever, so I mean,
One of the things he was thinking of doing was taking this one and putting the tracks on and leaving the tracks on it continuously, and then putting a new one in service with a fire tank and stuff. That's what he's thinking is.
Well, that sounds like a discussion for the fire department.
Yeah.
yes, I think that's probably, you
I'm
know,
pretty sure we could speculate all day about what Alan's
Yeah.
thinking, and he's gonna come in here with something different.
No. But yeah,
well, actually, I think it's gotta be something different, because when you start talking about putting that much weight on it, you're,
Yeah.
it's gonna have to beef it up. I think it might be something different than a regular
Right.
side-by-side or something.
oh, I see what you're saying, yeah. So, how do you want me to do this?
I would leave it in there, and
Yeah.
Keep it in regular, raise the money this year, and type deal, the whole chunk? For now, because we're gonna go through budget one more time.
Yeah,
or put that budget in a capital improvement
Okay,
thing might
okay.
make more sense, because then we're putting money in there,
Yeah,
and it's not just in this, it will be there.
okay, got it.
These are the seats have gotten the best of me.
Yeah.
the other thing is,
Good night, thanks for coming.
I don't know just where it is, but we usually raise money to put into future account.
Right, you do have 200 and, I can't. I've got it somewhere here.
That's all right, I just wasn't sure if we needed to talk about it here or put it in later.
I just think we used to always put 10 grand or 15 grand, or maybe even 50 or 100 back.
Back in the
20
day,
years ago.
yeah,
Yeah,
Last
but I
year we
think
put
they
in
stopped
100, I think.
sometime.
yeah.
We raised 100, I don't know if it ever got put there or
It,
not.
yes.
You
because
did,
I did
right?
it myself.
Yes, she did.
Yeah,
They're on it, Tank.
Yeah,
They're on
Yep.
it.
we were.
I remember, I brought that up.
You did, and I'm like,
Yeah.
let's look.
We got the town reports out,
Oh, yeah.
the money's been moved.
Approved. Yep,
But I mean, we don't have to go that, we can go like 20 grand and,
Yeah.
you know, if,
Right.
then if they find something,
We gotta find some, first you gotta find it.
we gotta find it, we gotta
Yeah.
decide what they really want.
Right, and then you gotta find it.
That way, if it costs 25,
Right.
right,
you're still,
You've got
You've
that
got
extra
that
money.
extra.
Yeah.
yeah.
okay. Yep, we like that way.
Yeah.
Trash, well, we're still waiting to hear from Bethel, I haven't heard it. The free kid thing. So anyway, I upped it 6%. I don't know. Pine tree waste is the cardboard poles that Sunday River has. We pay, they pay. That's been going on for 100 years. Can't believe we still do that. So I kept that at 4,000. And our portion of the solid waste, I upped 6%. That was just a guess. We haven't heard about a meeting. I emailed Natalie, but they're talking budget tonight too, so.
Yeah.
So I'm still on them about that
How does this get split up between the towns? By
percentage. Bethel.
people, by population?
No,
No.
it's a,
Formula that was set up with Dwight, Merrill, oh, I don't have that shit, excuse
It was
me.
a long time ago.
Scott Cole and Sylvia. And Dwight was the trash man at the time,
Right.
and there used to be a formula for Newry when it went up to, in the wintertime, so we paid more, but it's like 50% Newry, 10%, I don't think it's 10% for
Hanover, it's like-
Hanover, and then Bethel, and we pay Bethel 2% to do the
paper.
paperwork, and they do all the paperwork and all the financials on the employees,
Licensing and all that stuff.
yeah.
So we pay more and we pay for that.
Well,
But anyway, continue.
at this point, that's what we have. Streetlights, I kept the same, I could've lowered it, but I just kept it 1,200, because we don't know what the rate's gonna be.
We'll probably have to replace one someday.
Yeah,
That'll make everyone have
well, they all have
LEDs.
LEDs, so,
But if somebody clocks a pole,
right, which we know can happen.
which.
Right, we shouldn't talk about that 'cause we're gonna jinx it.
Yeah.
Let's not,
Yeah.
let's skip it.
So I kept streetlights the same. The rec committee, it's not on this spreadsheet, here it is. That's that 2,500 that I wanna give to Bethel, just take it out of our books, because we don't have a rec committee. Unless you feel we should save it, but, my suggestion is,
So traditionally, we raise the money to give to Bethel Rec. Is
Yeah,
that
through
normally
the-
what happens?
yeah.
Okay.
I figured unless you wanna raise the 2,500 and give them this one?
No,
No,
Okay.
we don't have that many kids.
Okay. Recreation is good for kids,
I agree,
and Mary doesn't do anything
I agree.
anymore.
The thing is, some of the ones that have the younger kids now have to get involved in that a little bit more.
Yeah.
Come up with some ideas, I mean,
Right.
Yeah,
it would be great to do different things, but,
But I'm not starting a babysitting service
correct.
for people to drop their kids off and not participate. I mean,
oh, wow.
Well, I'm dropping Elliot off, so.
I see him every day.
no, but you know what I mean, like,
Yeah.
unfortunately, like, people
We
with
don't have those
kids.
Newry Mothers Clubs and all the.
Right.
Yeah.
We don't have,
That, yeah,
times have changed and.
yeah,
I mean, I look
I
at,
mean, if that's what you're talking about, is taking your kids to Storyland or something,
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
Yeah, but we used to have Halloween parties and we used to have all, they.
no, yeah, Halloween.
Yeah, they did. All those-
Christmas.
We used to have chili cook-offs and snowshoeing out back, when we have some rec committee, we
We're
did a lot of
lighting the
stuff.
dang tree out front this year
Yeah.
though.
You're gonna have to buy a lot of lights for that tree,
I don't care.
you're never
Tell
gonna
me
buy a
again.
new tree.
Elliot says we need lights.
I'm with Elliot, we'll light up that.
See?
Yeah.
I go, how you gonna get those up there? He goes, sure, I'll get the fire truck out.
Yeah, see?
To make her climb.
Training,
She'd do it,
training
yeah.
for the fire department.
Yeah,
I think we should sell
I mean, if there was a committee, but there's.
Yes, no,
The
there isn't.
committee is
yeah, there isn't.
kind
We have
of
nothing.
funked.
Yeah, it's been defunct for years. I think Wesley Bonney.
nobody's ever complained about it, so evidently they don't want it.
You're right, I'm just a bitch.
Yeah,
I mean, I look at like all the effort I put into the craft fair and the amount of people that don't take advantage.
Right,
You know what I mean?
try to help, yeah,
Right, like
kids or.
all the, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So, and I know a lot of the times it is like weather dependent, but like all the extra that we did last year, a lot of people didn't,
Right,
I feel like, take advantage of that.
right.
I understand it was the first time.
We'll have to push it again.
Try again.
Yep. Bless you. All right, moving on up, Sunday River Schoolhouse. There's some repairs that need to be done, and MTK gave us an estimate.
One of the things, I know it should have on the south side, there's a hole underneath that, this big.
So that must be, he quoted the old, he called it the old schoolhouse. Sunday River. To reset granite into place, $750, to build a pressure-treated box with hardware deck, and to build a new door on the shed out of pine, to install a galvanized roof on the shed and both sides, so it was 3424. And then the mowing, so I put a $4,000 budget. And forest fire account, we always raise $5,000, that puts us up, we have $49,939 in there at this point.
One to take one good fire.
Right,
Yeah.
Yeah.
We had one in Grafton 3 years ago,
yeah,
and it was $50,000.
wow. So,
Well, let's hope for that not to happen.
And the other thing is, the town of Newry doesn't get reimbursed from the state unless the whole town burns up, because it's worked on a valuation.
yeah, of course.
Of course it is. Isn't everything we freaking deal with?
Yeah.
I think it would be.
And tax maps I put to 5,000, because we're trying to get a couple extra layers of tree growth and layers on the maps on the GIS system. So I put that to 5,000. And then you come to the church. So a regular, every year you put in 1,500, mowing and the power going in. So, we'll have a couple separate, so we'll technically have 3 articles for cemetery. I mean, church, where cemetery came from.
We can't be helped. I mean,
No.
We've got to,
We're gonna,
come down.
Well, we gotta figure out, we
Yeah.
gotta come up with a plan for
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
building.
My question for that committee never ever got answered, and that was, I don't mind spending the money, but tell me what we're gonna use it for.
right, right,
That's the issue.
yeah,
And they never came back with
What we're gonna use it
anything.
right. Well, we know that's gonna be our topic this year,
Well,
which is
we
fun.
need something to draw the people in.
Right, somebody asked me if we had anything controversial, I said, not yet.
for.
So, we have to pass through money, capital improvements,
What is this pass-through money?
that's money, a grant that the Snowmobile Club gets, and it has to be sent to the town, and then the town just gives it to the club. They have to do all the work, and we just push it off to them. We don't have to do anything.
Well, I just got nervous because it says we spent $10,000 and I was like, what the hell did we spend
We didn't-
$10,000 on?
we didn't spend
snowmobile
10,000.
for?
It comes to us,
We didn't even have a
reissue
good
the check.
snowmobile season.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna
Reissue.
complain to that guy about grooming Sunday, trail sucked, because we rode to Andover. Mike, I said, I'm gonna give Gary. I said, I'm gonna give Mike says, well, no, and I said, you don't understand.
I was equally as
And I never did
displeased,
call you.
just so you know.
You're fine,
The
yeah.
keys in it, help yourself.
We bounced over and back. Andover hadn't roped either, don't worry.
Yeah,
I gotta take a ride and just see,
It was funny.
it's gonna be pretty much done, I mean, because you can't get to point A to B.
It wasn't bad.
it was, over here behind our
side.
house was bad.
Yeah.
Up top was, there was plenty of snow, but,
Where you gonna go?
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly.
Everybody
You
else,
just gotta ride back and forth?
everybody else is closing their trails down.
Yeah.
It
so
is true, I feel like it's
My
like,
advice is to close
Yeah,
theirs.
don't bother, but I just had to give you grief, because I could.
yeah, everybody is closing theirs.
So do we wanna put in to our capital plan?
What,
Besides the,
I'm confused about which capitals we're talking about.
The one to invest money for future.
is that where does the fire department have their own capital one?
Yes.
Okay, I just want to clarify.
So this is
Okay.
just capital, and
See, yeah,
why don't you confuse me when we talked about reserve and.
I think this would be like a capital improvement for buildings and stuff. or-
yeah, for the town buildings, like we're gonna have to need, what if we need, eventually we might need a new roof here at the schoolhouse or the Grange Hall. We have nothing saved anywhere.
I
for
feel like we
anything.
should always invest in capital improve, do
Well-
we not? I'm
Well, what
confused.
happens is we've been, basically, yeah, we gotta spend this much, that's how much we'll ask for, you know?
Yeah,
But why is it so much? But in the yellow,
the capital improvement,
There
yeah,
ain't anything there.
no,
That's the
That's
total.
the total of all the expenses. The
Yeah,
next
okay,
line was
yeah.
there's nothing there yet. Capital improvement.
so the totals that you're looking at so far, without taking anything out or adding to, we talked about today, $5,845,039.
That's from the other pages too.
That's from, yeah, so, and last
that's
year
our
it was,
total budget.
that's your total
But that's
budget.
gonna be more because we added to a
Just
bunch of
added
things.
some.
Yep, yeah, added a couple
Sometimes,
things,
and then we look at it in the end and go back and say, oh, let's cut
yeah,
1,000 here and 500
Yeah.
there. Or,
So do we
Right.
not have a capital improvement fund? If we haven't added to it, do we not have one? Like,
well, you,
are we really this unprepared?
yes,
Oh my god.
what she had before, you had, let's see, she,
I can't know.
what was here before me, you raised money for paving, and you put it in the capital account, and you took it out of the capital account,
There was nothing left.
so then there's nothing left.
What was he talking about, the money you moved, that $100,000?
That was for the fire department, fire department does have a
Okay,
capital.
fire department has their own.
Yep,
Got it,
Yep.
alright.
Forest Fire Reserve has its own. Okay, we have,
Well, I think we definitely need to start one.
yeah, so we have some tax maps and GPS money, $2,000. We have, money for a comprehensive plan update, $8,700. This is money that's in the, when I tell you what's in undesignated funds, all this money's in our undesignated funds, earmarked for these things. Forest Fire Reserve is $49,939. Newry Histories has 1,673, which technically we should reprint, I think, a couple of the books. I don't know what we have. Sunday River Schoolhouse says it has 4,768. Town Celebration, 1,658. And we have a cemetery account with 6,998.
What is town celebration for? There's your rec party right there. And your Christmas lights.
So, well, that could be used for Christmas stuff. And then we have a Grange Hall maintenance that was 10,000, and which I thought we could use for this year's, some of, to write up the trash, not the trash, the septic and all that crap.
So my other question is, all that money that's earmarked, do we have a certain time we have to use it by?
No,
that 10,000 for the Grange Hall, did that take the septic system out of that 10,000?
we can, I think.
No, I'm
But
just asking.
I'll have to look and see what we did, I
That
can't
was
remember. Yeah,
close to 10.
yeah, it was.
Well, I definitely think we need to start a capital improvement.
For municipal buildings.
Yes.
Plural.
Mhm.
We should have,
Like an article every year, to put so
Yeah.
much.
Right, even if it's 10 grand
Well,
to
we have
start or whatever, I don't know what it
Yeah.
should be, but I definitely think,
We need some.
Start small and every year increase it.
yeah.
yeah. So, what do we wanna start with? Just a capital account.
Well, where did the 11,000 come from last year? Because nothing seemed to be carried over.
11,000 from where?
Capital
Capital
improvements.
improvements, 11,457.
So that was septic.
Might have been the septic here. remember we had to do our, not the septic, but the, whatever we, yeah, was it septic we had to do here? We had to do something out here.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
put a
I'll have to look for sure and
tank
see
or
what that
something
was.
in
Yeah,
the plumbing pipe.
pipes, yeah. And then we had to get Flanders here to put in a new, something, cause it got blown breaker, yeah.
But yeah, we should have an account for that stuff, right?
Yes, we should.
Thing is, you gotta start, I don't know, would 50,000 even be enough to even consider?
Well, we have enough in our undesignated fund balance.
Don't we usually take some of that to offset?
Yeah, just how it was worded in the past, yeah. I would say, like, say 200,000 to offset taxes.
Would that still leave us 50 for this?
Yeah.
Okay,
I mean, I'm good with starting with fifty.
so we don't know what the tax rate is yet, but
No.
with the new buildings coming on, how did we come out with, I wonder?
Yeah, and I don't know what we,
That's how come last year, there was some things that went higher because we had extra money for the new buildings.
right,
Well, if we could use some of that money for undesignated fund to put into a capital approval instead of
Yeah.
raising some.
yep, we could move it from, yep,
You know, that way we wouldn't be,
Well, yeah, cause we could raise some and then move some, right?
you don't even have to raise it if you
we
want.
wouldn't have to raise it this
You
year.
don't wanna raise it at all this year and just
Well,
move
if you
it?
take it out of the designated fund, then we're putting
Yeah.
it into that account. It's just, we're not,
We're not asking for more money, we're
Right.
just moving money around.
No, I hear ya, I don't really care how we get the money, but I definitely think we should have some in there.
well, you never know.
I don't recommend robbing the bank though.
Oh, that's good.
I was just trying to get a handle on,
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
if we have enough to move it from there, I think that's a better idea.
you know, even if it was $10,000, I don't know.
Oh, you got more, you got more than
I mean, Gary said 50, let's go with 50.
Whoa,
If we
$50,
can
depends on what the,
do anything, yeah,
You don't
50
know.
don't go very far nowadays.
So I'm gonna write 100,000 down to move from undesignated at this point.
To capital improvement for
To capital.
municipal buildings,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
That's what we decided.
Yeah.
Because as we know, last year the grain shop spent a lot of money,
Yeah,
unplanned
right.
dollars.
I mean,
shit, that stuff
I
happens.
mean, it could happen to the fire departments. I mean, we don't know.
Right.
yeah.
So I'll find out what we have in
If
undesignated
you lose a
exactly.
furnace or something, then,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
you gotta replace it.
yeah. That's what I got.
Delightful.
Next meeting, we'll be deciding exactly, right? We'll look at the calendar.
It's, you said,
April 4th,
yeah, April 4th. I saw that somewhere in one of these pieces,
So,
yeah.
town meeting is May 15th. We're gonna have the, warrant done before that. We gotta have,
You gotta get
so
your
we
town
meet the
report.
4th.
Have we decided on the picture for the town report?
We talked about that.
Yeah,
What did we come up with?
there was some other picture of the pictures of the fire truck.
Oh, yeah, the fire truck.
That's gonna, whatever, yeah.
What was you thinking?
Well, no,
Oh.
I talked to Joe.
We know what you mean.
Yeah, about trying to get, if we could get a camera so we could get all the fire trucks to one picture. And she thought she had something that could be wide enough lens for that, and I
Yeah.
don't know, that was just a thought.
What about her again?
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
yeah, between us, we'll remind you.
Yeah, okay, we will. Come that evening, we will.
Yeah, got it down.
Okay.
It would be good to have something like that for 50 years from now, this is what it used to look like, you know?
Right.
Right, when you're flying your fire department spaceship.
could happen.
So, all right,
Who knows?
that's all I got.
6:28. Make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second that motion.
we can think of it, we adjourn, 6:28, all those in favor?
In favor.
Anybody?
The next one, you'll have your budget to finalize and hopefully warrant articles.
How come this is photocopied?